Europe's worst nightmare has come true. One of its largest countries is under attack. The US president has rolled out the first batch of sanctions in what they say could be an ever fiercer and broader cascade of financial sanctions and penalties over Russia's moves against Ukraine. The Biden administration says that there are more sweeping penalties that could cripple Russia's ability to do business at home and abroad and likely bring on recession in the country. The president is expected to address the nation on the Ukraine situation later today from Washington. Within hours of Putin's address, leaders from the United States, Germany and the United Kingdom, along with others, criticised the Kremlin for the attack, following their remarks and statements.
This is a grave moment for the security of Europe. Russia's unjustified and unprovoked attack on Ukraine is putting countless innocent lives at risk. With air and missile attacks, ground forces and special forces from multiple directions, targeting military infrastructure and major urban centers. This is a deliberate, cold-blooded and long-planned invasion.
In concert with our allies, we will agree a massive package of economic sanctions designed in time to hobble the Russian economy. And to that end, we must also collectively cease the dependence on Russian oil and gas that for too long has given Putin his grip on Western politics.
Putin is bringing suffering and destruction to his immediate neighbors. He is violating the sovereignty and borders of Ukraine and endangering the lives of countless people in Ukraine, Russia's brother nation. As a next step, in consultation with our partners in Europe and NATO, we will implement further tough sanctions.
Russian leadership will face unprecedented isolation. This is not a question of blocks. This is not a question of diplomatic power games. It's a matter of life and death. It's about the future of our global community.
Well, just hours before the announcement, US soldiers were seen landing in Latvia's capital city of Riga. The US Air Force plane landed on the tarmac. Latvian army soldiers were waiting near the plane to welcome the US soldiers as they arrived. Well, joining us now, we have Dr. Kari Oderman, who is a political commentator, joining us live from Germany. Doctor, this is obviously a huge moment for the new German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. How is what we're seeing unfolding in Ukraine being viewed from Germany's Chancellor?
Chancellor Scholz has made several statements already during the day. I think that the most important thing to note is that Nord Stream 2, the gas pipeline bringing Russian gas into the EU, bypassing Ukraine, has been put on hold as of yesterday. And today, with the advancements of Russian troops into Ukraine, the invasion and shelling of many major cities, it's an important sign that Germany did this beforehand. In the German media today, there has been an attempt, in my opinion, to put this into a framework of solidarity with Ukrainians. German politicians are challenged right now with the inflation and raising of gas rates and energy prices in general. And their constituents are now going to have to pick up the bill for some of their foreign policy mistakes. Of course, voters are going to say that coming to Ukraine's assistance at all is going to keep their prices up, where, as I mentioned, German politicians are trying to frame this as no one's going to freeze. And if energy gets more expensive, it's not that important because lives are being lost in Ukraine.
Well, we've already seen sanctions from the European Union. Are you expecting that we could see over the coming days a stronger response from Germany itself?
No, I don't think that is in Germany's tradition. Germany is a country that, because of its unique history, is trying to build alliances. Because Ukraine is not in NATO, Article 5 of NATO will not be invoked. The European Union will most likely continue on with financial sanctions, but a military move from Germany alone won't happen. There is NATO Article 4, which many people aren't that aware of, which deals with several NATO countries joining together to make an offensive. And that's something that Poland and the Baltics are looking right now, but Germany does not have that on the table.
Dr. Oderman, thank you very much for your time today. That was Dr. Carrie Oderman speaking to us live from Frankfurt in Germany.